Hey, great. Okay, so what we're going to do is find products. I know as much as you do at this point about what product we're going to sell that's going to be really, really good. And so by the end, the goal is to have, five really solid candidates that you can sort of build a product line around, roll out the first one, have predictable revenue from that, reinvest that capital into the four other products, and we'll bridge out. So this is just an example, right? You don't need to do these exact five products, but I'm building out a family here to give you a sense of what this might look like. So, all right, let's get into it. I know as much as you do at this point. So, my recommendation is just to go to Amazon.com, their US property, and then just start clicking around at what you personally think is interesting. This robot's caught my attention, so let's start there. I'm going to do this stream of consciousness. I know as much about this as you do, so let's get into it. Okay, so here we have this, and really I'm not suggesting that we sell a 3D printing pen here. I'm more thinking about, well, what else can we see here? Filament. Okay. So really all you need to do this is internet connection, Amazon.com, the Chrome extension Jungle Scout, which we are going to use. This is just the basic version, the off-the-shelf version. Nothing particularly fancy about this. So yeah, we're just going to go through it, and this should give you a good idea of how my thought process works, which is really the most important meta lesson out of this. Is not these particular five products, but just how I think about selecting products. I've launched about 10,000 products if you look at below cost sort of partnership launches. So I've seen what works, I've seen what doesn't, and I've been working with product and Amazon businesses for the last 3 years. So if that is any indication. So yeah, I saw the robot and I decided, hey, look, filament kind of fits our criteria. It's no bigger than a shoebox, could fit in a shoebox. It's a lightweight product, profitable to sell. Intuition, it's plastic. You're selling plastic at a markup. That's always good. Brandable, customizable, sort of. A little bit weak on that front. Category not dominated by a household name. Definitely not. 3D printing is, something new. You don't, when you think of 3D printing filament, you don't think of a particular name. There are a bunch of different brands still vying for dominance in the space. So that's what we want to see. By the way, we don't want to see someone dominating the category already. Design isn't patented. No, it's blessing and a curse with this. You can't differentiate it too much, but also, you can't really patent a design for just the filament. Maybe a pen or something, the form factor you could, but and oh yeah, it makes money on Amazon, and so that's really what this helps us with. The Jungle Scout numbers are never perfect. They are basically use two data points, an extrapolation, right? So the revenue here, estimated revenue, very important, is derived from the BSR and the category. So if you were number 22 in kitchen, home and kitchen, this would be expected to be a lot higher, but since it's industrial and scientific, you can get 70K here, but these numbers aren't perfect, obviously. Let's just take it from here. So this is sort of our first find. I see here that the brand Hatchbox is actually pretty prevalent here in the search results. So I want to check this out. I want to go to a Hatchbox listing and see what's up. Ships within 1 to 2 months. That's some good shipping times, boy. 3D printing filament, additive manufacturing products. Where is, okay, there it is. Yeah. So I want to see what else they're working on. Not a whole lot besides the filament. Pen filament. Okay, fine. Let's go into this 3D printing supplies as a category more broadly. Oh, I'm still searching within their I'm still searching within that. Okay. Let's open that up. And whatever's interesting in, in a general sense, just take a look. Glow in the dark, kind of interesting. Maybe there's some room for differentiation there. You don't really want to do a printer per se. Okay, that might be good. You don't want to do anything too technically complicated, so that's why I'm more attracted to the filament than say a pen. But again, with more generic private label-y products, you still need a point of differentiation. So you need to hit a balance between like, well, how much can I differentiate, but also how much can I source just an off-the-shelf thing from Alibaba or wherever else, right? So power bank, that's kind of interesting. Haven't seen that. For example, I can imagine maybe, there's a power problem with these. So what if you were to market a power bank specifically for a 3D printing pen? For example, this is something that one seller is doing to maybe some success. I opened the link, so we'll see in a second. But, is there a play here to do this better? Do people want this even? We'll check out the reviews and see if people even find utility in that. This, is interesting, but then again, the price is so low that it's hard to justify. After FBA fees and after a referral fee, you're not going to have anything left at a $10 price point. It's just ridiculous, but we'll open it up and see. Perhaps what you could do to increase your margins here, but also play in this space, is you have a kit, right? You have this can't be the only tool that is required for 3D printing. Maybe you need some sort of a scalpel, or you need something to heat up the the spindle of filament, or you need other metal tools. So you can maybe repurpose off-the-shelf metal tools and reposition them as a 3D printing tool set. Basically, that could be interesting. This seems to be a pretty technical part for MakerBot. The good news is, with these very specific model numbers, if you can dominate it somehow with ranking and reviews, usually, you're pretty much guaranteed sales for whoever's looking for this. It's a very specific search, so but with a bunch of these products, you get some decent monthly revenue going, I imagine. Okay, so I'm gonna. This was our main search for 3D printing supplies. I'm now going to close this because I've clicked on all the interesting product links that I care to find. So 3D print coating. Okay, interesting. Very interesting, actually. This is not a brand name. No bring in the shoebox. True, lightweight, profitable to sell. You tell me. This is just like some liquid in bottles. Can't be more than $10 to produce. Brandable, customizable. Yes, actually. I mean, this is an interesting thing. It's a blooming market. Category not dominated by household name. Absolutely not. Again, 3D printing. Let's check this out. I'm going to show you a good example of what, you should be looking at. This might have taken a dip recently, actually, now that I think about it. But so, yeah, okay. So 5 years ago, just getting started, exciting, trailing off a little bit. Who knows? But this is still a decent place to be. Additive manufacturing will be the future, so it's just a matter of when. But yeah, so let's check this out. I'm excited about this. 3D print coating. Also, if let's go into another branch. If they have something interesting, check out the seller. I know e-tails are a big conglomerate, basically, with a bunch of different products under their belt. So we'll look at that in a sec. I opened it twice with one click. That's amazing. Yeah, but I wanted to look at the search term 3D print coating. This is sort of our second criteria here. So I've scrolled through. I've sort of found something interesting. And now I sort of blindly open Jungle Scout on the search to see what we've got. Most of the money's going to these guys. Philibot. It's actually just one product, which is interesting. This is This would not be what I would roll out as a first product, because odds are you can't do super well with this off the bat. So trash it, but I'm gonna put 3D printing supplies on our list just to remember that. So okay, it's kind of interesting. Let's go back. Anything? Philibot seems to have some 3D printing specific lineup here. Here's another trick you can do. If you go to the seller, right, I'm on Philibot right now, just go to them, and Jungle Scout should actually work on their entire product category, or sorry, portfolio. So you can see which ones they did the canary in the coal mine, they did the trial and error for you, so you can see what's selling best for them. Like, oh, it's this, and then just go in that direction. They already, went out on a limb to test some stuff. Okay, so none of the stuff is doing particularly well. Like, it's not super exciting. 3D printing smoothing pen, I will give it a try, but it's pretty darn niche. It's about as niche as you get, actually. The review counts are low. See, so if we were looking at this and the review counts were like this, but the revenues were high, which they probably won't be, but yeah, so what we're looking for is something like this, but with better revenues. So undiscovered like this, but with more money in it. Let's keep going. So this is fun, a little quality time. Okay, e-tails. I'm gonna check out e-tails, and we're gonna see what's up. Okay, so same thing, right? I have a big retailer like e-tails, retails. Gonna look at all their stuff, maybe even extract a few pages. Really cool. Extract. So you can see this bar is getting smaller, which means we have more pages in the mix here. I'm gonna extract another one. Extract. This is most definitely something you can do. I think they do wholesale maybe for a bunch of different brands. So if they're retailing any big brands like OXO Good Grips, that's not indicative of, oh, this is an amazing niche. It's just this brand has some brand recognition. There's people looking for it. Oh my goodness, you did not just do that. Do we still have our stuff? Tell me we still have our... I don't want to have to refresh again. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. All right. I won't click this too many times, or else it's gonna freak out again. I'm gonna push it, do one more. Shrinking. That was so bad. I'm gonna push my luck. Okay. All right, fine. No more. Now, so I'm just going to sort by revenue. I can't. Okay, fine. Okay, so I have exported a bunch of e-tails products. So now what I'm going to do is just upload it. I do everything in Google Drive, but whatever software that you want to use for this is good. I'm just going to highlight everything, data sort range, data has header row, estimated sales, Z to A. Oops, no, sorry. Estimated revenues at day. I forget these. Okay, so what's maybe I'm most interested in what's making 60K a month for them. That's weird. Water filters. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I have too many tabs open already, so I will note that down and see. Okay, that's kind of interesting. What else we got? It's also a water filter. What's rescue? Traps for wasps. Okay, like that. Oh, it catches queens. Oh, no way. No wonder. No wonder it's $45. This thing catches queens. Okay, this is good. It's well, strikes me as seasonal, but not bad. First product should not be seasonal, probably. To answer your question. What is the keyword for this? Wasp? Fizzler, wasp, wasp trap. Okay, well, I'll say wasp trap for now. This is certainly addresses an urgent problem. Wasps are horrible. Okay, well, what else we got? Something to do with coffee. Yeah, no, that's irrelevant. That's a brand. J.A. Henkel's. Also probably irrelevant. You can see pretty clearly, like, well, is it making money because it has brand recognition, or is it making money because it's just like a legacy product, like it's been around forever? Peanut changer. Is that a category in itself? Peanut changing pad? Is that a real thing? Revenues? Like, what I'm trying to figure out is, are they making money because it's a peanut changer by virtue of people are looking for peanut changers, or is it because the listing's just been around forever? It's got some good peanut changers actually appear to be a thing. It just looks like a pillow with a groove in it. Too much concentration at the top. That's what I think. This one's doing well with a small number of reviews. What I'm eyeballing here is, like, are there revenues all the way down the page? No. Okay, that's not a good sign. Are there revenues like really high all the way down the page? No, that's not a good sign. Are they concentrated at the top? Yeah. Okay, well, that's not good. But if they are concentrated at the top, how many reviews do these guys have? Lots. Okay, that's not good. I don't really like this. And it's too uniform as well, right? If there is private label activity here, it's not alive and well. Like, these are all really, really similar. So not super into that. Okay, no problem. Okay, what else do they have? You can go forever just by exporting and ranking by revenue the successful products of a successful retailer already. Oh, these guys have so many Actually, give me a second here. I'm gonna remove duplicates by brand, because it's annoying me. They have duplicates all over the darn place. Let's see. Just duplicates, just in the brand column. Delete them. Thanks. Bye. All right, fine. That should make this a little bit more concise. Novelty baseball. I like toys and stuff. I think, that's rough. That's rough. Weather station. Weather station. Of course. Always search in all departments if you can, because you don't want to miss out on revenues. See, I didn't even know this existed. This is like a mini weather channel. I don't like those review counts, but this is, just an example of something you never knew existed until you saw someone doing well selling this. The review counts are coming in pretty high. This is somewhat encouraging, but don't. Okay, so this is, I don't know, this is like a 5.5 out of 10 as far as niches go, in my opinion. Too many high reviews. Revenues, this is what you do want to see. This is what you do want to see. This is someone who maybe just launched. BSR is relatively low. Review count is relatively low. Revenues is up there though. Like what? This is like the Powerball lottery or whatever the heck it's called. It's like, what would you do with an extra $5,000 a month by selling accurate weather stations on the largest e-commerce platform in the Western world? What would you do? So this is like okay. I don't know if I'm totally dead out of ideas, later, then maybe. So you know what? Just keep it simple. I will give these a ranking. Right, with 1 is I'm really excited about it. 3 is I'm not super excited. 2 is right in the middle. So I'm kind of like whatever about this. Like this is okay. This is okay. I would look into it more maybe if I didn't have any new ideas, but that's not going to happen because I'm going to get a ton of ideas. So okay, let me see. Halo baby snack, sleep snack. Ooh, that looks fashionable. Sleep sack, kids sleep sack. To me, this doesn't seem like its own product. I think this is a synonym for, I could be wrong. Oh my gosh. You look great. Let's see what we've got. You do need to get ungated if this is in fashion though, so baby products, not so sure. Nope. Yeah. So you see high revenues with the legacy products. Like this only has 2,500 reviews, probably because it's been around since the year like 2005 or something like that. And now at last it's doing well, but we want a faster route than that. So, yeah, especially with reviews being what they are these days, like post October update, what you're going to see is like the only people who have lots of reviews are either promoting really, really aggressively or they've just been around for a while. And you don't, this is a new product, so, it's not going to be around for a while. So you really want, you want something that you don't need to get a lot of reviews on, but still does well. So not super excited. I'm not even going to write that one down. That the revenues were just too disheartening. Masalai. I'm really not into consumables, just a personal bias, but I will look at it out of scientific fairness. That's actually not as bad as I thought. I just like the expiry potential. I know like this probably wouldn't expire very quickly, but it's just like, yeah, this is yeah, okay, so perhaps I'll give that a 3 just because of my inherent bias against consumables. Also the quality control on it is maybe a little bit harder. So anyway, I'm looking for a physical product here. Pyrex, measuring cup, Jolly Jumper, popcorn popper, perhaps. These guys are doing 10K worth of popcorn poppers. Let's see what's stovetop. That is old school. That's really old school. But who knows? There might be a renaissance in stovetop popcorn. Everyone's just, like, this is like vinyl records or something. Everyone's like, oh, it's just so much better. You can't eat the microwave stuff. That's disgusting. Revenues drop off below the fold of the page the second half. Not super excited. Yeah, not super excited. And by the way, like if I'm being nonchalant about this list, it's because I am. Like this is just a very preliminary short list here. I'm not just to remember what we looked at because we're going to look at a lot. Is there any corollary accessory campfire? Okay, so this has a different form factor. You need a handle because it's over a fire and not a stove. Let's see if your cousin performs any better. This is actually a little bit better. Revenues overall are lower, but so are review counts. What the heck? Beat your enemies with a... Oh my gosh, that's funny. Fireplace colorant. It's all serendipity. I'm sure the thing that you'll... Okay, what... Those guys for sure... Okay, maybe it's just one company doing this, but it's kind of fun. And again, like higher price points for something that is probably relatively inexpensive to manufacture. These guys have too many reviews. It's one company. I'm not into it. Okay. Big bowl. Popcorn popper. The other thing. Okay. I'll show you something else. So, don't just think about popcorn popper as a niche. Think about modifiers. So I have some examples here. So like mini, large, personal, industrial. Like what's the industrial side of popcorn? What does that look like? For men, for women, those are really only relevant for some products, particularly like fashion products. But make it small, make it big, make it personal, make it commercial. Sell one, sell lots. So is there room to like modify these? I think I put some other modifiers at the bottom. Yeah, premium luxury, old, retro, vintage, whatever. Yeah, so this is just on my website at asteroidaim.com if you want to. It's a blog article, but yeah, if you want to see this, you can just go there for that. But here's some more, obviously, modifiers that you can just put in. And these speak to specific markets, right? Like if maybe people only want handmade or made in America of a certain product, so you reach into a subset. Is there a market for made in America fire colorants or popcorn poppers, etc., right? Yeah, or do the Japanese have a specific type of popcorn popper that's, more popular and popping than the American popper is? That's not the case here, but I'm just using it as an example. Okay, back to our home base here. Ooh, did I just see what I thought I saw? Oh, shoot, I lost it. Measuring cup. That's too generic already, I think, but yeah, that's way too generic. That's disgustingly generic. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Soft rail for cribs. I like that. This folds up really small, yet expensive. Obviously, people want to spend to protect their kids at all costs. Soft rail for cribs. Now, how much legacy is there? We don't want legacy. We want new ones. Right? That's pretty good. What is that? Spiral wraparound. Okay, there might be something here, but I want to dig a little bit deeper because I don't like how high the review counts are. This one's doing okay on its own without too many reviews. This one's also doing okay. So what I want to know, what are they doing? What keywords are they targeting that allow them to do the 7... the 4, the 7,000 a month, while being relatively new, or at least having a low review count? What is it about this keyword? Bassinet. Or rather, what need are they solving, right? That isn't being solved by the legacy listings. I wonder. Crib safety net. Front rail, side rail. Interesting. It's very long. They actually... Maybe I'll try this. That's the other thing. I don't know if that was the main keyword that I just took that off someone's listing. Let's see how people are doing in general. Okay. 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 Now, like, this patch is not ideal. I'll give you that. But, but, it's important to get the main keyword and not like some secondary keyword so that you have a true sense of how the market's doing. You don't really know if you type in some random sort of long tail keyword. So that's what I want to know here. Man, I don't know. I'd give this a 2, maybe a 2 out of 3. Let's check out the next page. Like 70 to 80% of all sales that are going to happen are on the first page. And, you know, a startling percentage are in the first 3 results. So you're not going to see much action on page 2, almost by definition, but bumper guard, bed bumper. Okay, I think the search that I did before had more revenue. Okay, so I'll take this. I'll give it a 2, and we'll pause there for now. We had another idea. What was it? What was that other idea? Oh yeah. Okay, so we have 2 other sort of things that derive from this search. Yep. Don't get out of this crib, cartoon baby. You might. This is such a weird photo. I don't want to know. Crib tent? Like, really? I think I'm safe to search for baby in this one. All right, let's see. It looks cute. That's for sure. I guess it could be for bugs, obviously for safety. If there's a net on the top, I guess they can't fall out or anything. You don't want your kid looking like saran wrap, though. This, despite its ultra weird photo, this listing is doing really, really well. With 35 reviews and 10K is like really good. The top listing here with this ethereal fake baby. Yeah, it's definitely fake. But 100 plus reviews and 60. That's interesting. The review counts are really low, but there's some sales. You know what? I almost wonder, this would be a bit more adventurous and high cost, but I wonder if you could do an entire crib safety pack, right? Like maybe you put in the rail guards and then you do the tent as well as a bundle. Maybe I'll just, yeah, so on the, you know, sort of on that train of thought, I'll put in crib tent as well. I'll give that a 2. I like it. What's it doing? Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to see crib safety as a search, right? Maybe you're not as far, you're not as far down the purchase funnel. So maybe you're just looking like, well, I'm gonna have a kid soon, or I have a kid, and the crib's not safe. So what do I do to protect the crib? Travel. So who's making the most money here? This is a legacy listing, right? You don't really want to pay attention to these. You want to see who has the best revenues in comparison to reviews is really the thing. 2 and 1, okay, fine, interesting. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. This is actually really small. This is just like a gummy rail cover, because kids are gonna bite everything, which is true. And the reviews are bad, so let's see what oh, oops. I did not want to see the good reviews for this product. Oh, it lifts off. I see. Oh, it comes off. Does not stick well. Doesn't stick well. Doesn't stick. Huh, okay. Um, Crib rail teething guard. Okay. See there. I actually let the search suggestions guide my way. They'll be different for everyone slightly, but maybe this is actually the search. So this is interesting. I think actually something could be done and improved upon here. They do have a lot of reviews, but some are really bad, and this actually does not stick very well. So get a sample, see if it sticks. Obvious demand demonstrated here. So I mean, kind of a good play actually. Um, the difference is that these are all fabric, and this is a sort of plastic teether-friendly material, right? Which apparently peels off. But so that's the adhesive is what you need to fix in sourcing. But that's actually a relatively easy sourcing fix. Like you just need to write in the title, because this is a non-optimized listing as well. What's the keyword? Crib rail teething guard actually sticks, guaranteed to stick. 100% effective adhesive. Whatever. Like stays on for 30 days, or that's not that long actually. Stays on for a year, whatever. Right? Teething. You can go after teething keywords as well. My impression is, and I don't have kids, but I know that I've seen them. They just bite everything when they're teething. So I'm sure you've seen those teething necklaces as well. Like this is sort of a thing. So okay. Anyway. Yeah. So okay. So crib rail teething guard is actually probably the first one that I would award, just because I see an opportunity there. There's only one listing. They're at 7K with bad reviews. So if you could come in here and take some of that. If there were a ton of listings like this, I would say definitely not. But let's see actually if there are any other ones like the rest is just like teething stuff, right? Sure. Yeah, so anyway, okay. I'm gonna get out of the baby I'm gonna get out of the baby space in just a moment here. This is really good actually. Yeah, this is really good. Pretty low review counts across the board. When you do get up higher, like this one with this ethereal baby, you're still only at 160K. With these, a few other top results have less than 100, but are have some decent ones. So, and you can also rank for other things like mosquito net, etc. So I would do that, and like so. Okay, that's a 2. I think. Let me see. This is all it. This is all. Okay, so this is the start of a cohesive line. Railguard first, then you roll out your 2s in whatever order makes sense. So this is the first example I think that we've had so far of a cohesive line. This is all about baby protection. No, scratch that. This is about protecting your most precious person, like the most precious person in the world. Forget about protecting your investment and ROI and all that stuff. Like this little person is defenseless. They need every possible advantage, and you can help give parents that peace of mind that comes from knowing that their kid is safe during the night, because they do. They roll around, they try to escape, not their own fault, but they could get hurt, and you don't want your kid getting hurt. That would be heartbreaking. So, buy our line, right? That is the pitch with that line. The target market would be expecting parents and new parents. If you have a pretty specific market like that, it's also pretty easy to target ads, not only here on Amazon, but when you branch out into Facebook advertising, you're allowed to just sort of narrow down your targeting to that specific extent. So new and expecting parents is a good market. Kind of like a wedding, right? It's this thing that's happening one time and people spend a lot on it and expect to spend a lot on it. So not bad, right? And you have some repeat business when they have more kids. So that is the good news. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. So there was one more that I would look at, which is a bed rail. Man, I could go in any of these directions, so I'm just going to search bed rail and then see who's making the most money. Because I'm totally impartial, right? I don't care if I serve toddlers or the elderly or king-size beds. I just want to know, in an objective way, which rail is doing the best. Medical supply. Handrail. I like these price points. If you could shrink this down and ship it small, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty all right. Okay, let's see who's got the good RPR. This review count is really high. Not liking this. It seems that the medical ones have really high review rates and have been around for a while. But the ones for younger people... Oh, no. Okay, I'll niche down a little bit. I'll play your game. Good revenues. High reviews though. Still good revenues, lower reviews. Okay. Okay, let's see what the next page looks like. Because, here's the other thing. You're not going to get on page 1 after a day or maybe even a week. So if there are sales being made on page 2, which is what we're looking at now, it's more encouraging. Bed rail for toddlers. Bed rail. And once you get to the third page, it just falls off. But like I said, 80 to 90% of all sales are made on the first page, so it is to be expected. Okay. This is okay. The review counts are a little bit too high for my taste, and also if you make something that's that's like these, the foam ones, even if it does sell well, it'll be a nightmare to ship. So I'm just going to say no to this. I'm usually so positive. Okay, anyway, let's, was there anything else in the... Let's see if there's... I looked at glow in the dark because there was a point of differentiation here. So if you compare this to where we just were, this is proportionate, right? The rail guards had a lot of reviews and high revenues. This has fewer reviews and fewer revenues. What we're looking for is sort of to hack it a little bit, right? Low reviews, high revenues. Unacceptable 3D printing. Okay, so this... I'm going back to some of the links that we were looking at earlier, just because I want to get them off my browser. So, Amerifan duct booster exhaust fan. I don't really know what this is, and it's not exclusive to 3D printing, obviously, but it was making some good money, if I recall. Yeah, so one review and $5,000. So, okay, fine. I'll play your game. Exhaust fan. Let's see what you've got. This is very technical, but my eyes glaze over just looking at this. However, if you're looking for an exhaust fan, you're going to buy an exhaust fan, and, presentation is important, but, it's also just a utility thing, right? So, okay, let me see. Oh, this is $224. That's why. I don't know. The review. Yeah. What about an exhaust fan for bathrooms specifically? Oh, you've seen these. We've all seen these. That's great. Fantastic. Exhaust fan covers next. Man, the reviews are just not good. My God. Let's look at the covers. I say no to this. The reviews are good. I mean, the revenues are good, but the reviews are not like spectacular. So for that reason, I would maybe say. I'd maybe say 3. Like, it's just better to keep these in case you come up with another idea that's a derivative of this, so that at least, you have something to show for looking around on Amazon like this. And this is really how the best ideas get found. It's fun and also kind of unfortunate that, it has to be this way, but if you look and don't give up and search creatively, it will pay off eventually. Okay, let's see. The covers, low reviews, low revenues. We want low reviews, high revenues. Gonna nix this. Exhaust fan timer. Kind of reminds me of the weather station that we were looking at earlier. We're getting in the weeds. This is not like a readily available consumer product, but sometimes that's a good thing. Yeah, again, not compelling enough to make me pull the trigger on this. I mean, it's just a piece of electronics. I don't really. Okay, moving on. No problem. Okay, so oh yeah. Do you remember this? So this is what we were talking about. Like, well, is there a possible play here with the pens? They run out of power. 3D pen with LCD screen could be interesting. Oh, they've started adding screens to the thing. Okay, that's not a good point of differentiation because everyone. And well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna be a sour Sally. I'm just gonna look at this. If so, basically I've seen these before, right? Like this is a standard model. Everyone sources this one. Maybe some variation here and there, but most of the time you just get this out the door from Alibaba and you do your best. You sell it at around $35. You bundle it with some filament and sell it for twice the price, which of course is going to work. And then, maybe you have a kit or something, but it's mostly the same. And recent innovation, LCD screens. They didn't used to have these. So, oh geez, those revenues. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh, burning my eyes. Okay, 3D printing tool kit. Yes, that was my idea when I saw this. Okay, so someone's doing it. Let's see what kind of money they're making. This is interesting. This looks amateur. There's no white background on the photo. Yeah, okay, all right. That's good though. So they have an addressable need here with so 25-piece 3D printer tool kit, um, 30 and 2500. Removal tool. Oh, that's just been around a while. Hmm. Yeah, so okay, here's the thing. They don't have a lot of reviews. They're not making like a ton of money either. But there are some other ones that are ranking just for tool that seem to be like this whole title. This is not ranking for anything else and making sales based on this title. This is a 3D print removal tool that makes 9,000. So if you can take away some of that and provide a complete solution, I recognize that this, you see this little like thing here, this looks like this. So if you can actually photograph this better and do that, and emphasize the pieces more, because gosh darn, this just looks like a mess, but people are still buying it because they see the merit in it, right? Um, see, and this is also irrelevant. I would only do like metal tools, and I would make the metal tools look cohesive, right? This just looks like a bunch of stuff in a bag. And the title is not optimized either. There are no bullet points. This description is longer than I was expecting them to have. So this is good. This is good. I'm not a hater. Let's see what else. Yeah, so the removal tool, the actual tool, very good private label potential, is the top selling item in 3D printing. Well, parts and accessories at least. So if you look at this, here's the reason I like this, right? The review counts are low, the revenues not so much, a little bit higher, right? Like a little bit kind of good. Ooh, oh yes, yes. Look at this. Wait, what's this? It looks awesome. Okay, okay. So we're finding a ton of stuff just by looking at the best sellers. An obvious but overlooked tactic. Thank you very much, Patrick. Um, okay. So we got a lot to look at. Okay, so hold on. Before I get too carried away, 3D printer toolkit. I would give this a 1. You know, because um, what I'm finding for us is not actually something that's already doing like super great. This is an opportunity, just like the other one that I gave a 1 to. Um, the teething guard, right? Like there was someone making some money, but there was something wrong with the product or it wasn't optimized, right? So what you're going to do is take a small bet on the fact that, you know, well, I can do this better, provide a complete solution. People like complete solutions, but I get to charge the markup for it. Small, shippable, rising market, 3D printing, and you know, obviously no real hard technical components. The review count, you know, 30. Run some below cost club promotions or something, and just get that up there. Yeah, so you know, this kit, right? This kit. I would you know, I would do that. And now let's look at another sort of thing, because we have this kit. I'm gonna give the kit a 1. The kit a 1, and but then, you know, by looking at the best sellers and then running a Jungle Scout result, we have some more sort of interesting prospects here. This one, 13 and 27. What's up with that? Look at this. Oh, okay, I see. Hmm. Yeah, this might not be a good idea actually, because this is sold by the company that makes the RepRap is a 3D printer company. They're selling a plate for their own machine. Not really looking to start a conflict there. These are more generic. This could be the next e-tails. Remember how we were looking at their best products? So this looks dead simple to source. I'm sorry. Print heads. I'm just gonna take a wild guess here. that's not the 3D. Right. Printer heads. That is my guess at the main keyword. We want to get these prices above $10, above $15, above $20 even. That's why the 3D printer kit was so good. It was with $30 and it was doing well. Nice. Okay, so I see semi-high revenues but low review counts, so I like that. Wouldn't be super. I mean, I find the general ratios, revenue to review, to be okay, but the revenues are not really high enough to justify it. So what I'll do is I'll give that that is a distant 3. That is not even a 2. That's a distant 3. So probably worth including in a lineup at some point if you were to expand into 3D printer materials. Like if you go this route, for example, right? But I find these low revenues kind of disgusting, so I'm going to exit the page. It's harsh, you say? No, it's not harsh. It's reality. Anything else that is doing better than it should be? Because that's really what we're looking at. What about this? 50 and 16. Not even that expensive, which means they're removing a lot of... Oh, it is expensive. Never mind. What the heck is this? I don't even know what to call this. Like, what is the keyword here? What the actual heck? It looks kind of proprietary. I don't understand it. I'm not really into it. Same thing. Let's grab another really good set. Let's grab a really good set this time. I am psyched. And also, like, I'm not even done with this, right? The e-tails thing. So I'm just grabbing another one for our records, but I think, we have enough data now to pull up some really quite good ones. We still recording? Okay. It's been I just checked my recording. It's been an hour. An hour of fun. So, so now that it's been an hour, so 13. Yeah, so that's about 2 good ideas every 10 minutes or something. Okay, I've got all of PC Hero's things. Gonna export the CSV. I'll show you what I do one more time. We are going to delete. Data sort range. Estimated revenue. ZA. NA does not count as a number, so. Ooh. Oh, okay. I was like, this store is doing horrible. And it kind of is. But anyway, I'm going to ignore that. I thought PC Hero was like a really big store. Anyway, okay, what do you got though? Battery candles with remote. Let's see what your prized horse is. Oh, that's kind of cool if they're all remote controlled. That's like a candle army. 213. Nah. Actually, battery, I don't know. I personally think this is kind of cool, so I'm going to look at it, but like they have too many reviews for the money that they're making. So battery candles with remote. Okay, so people are doing this. Let's see how it is. I don't like the review counts. The review counts are kind of too high. I bet these are a bunch of Chinese suppliers cannibalizing their revenues. Revenues are no. Okay, I'll tell you what's wrong with this. The revenues are okay, but for this kind of revenue, which there's no one over like 50. I would want to see like double-digit reviews, not even 3. So for that reason, I'm out. Dragon's Den style. Let's see what else they have. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued. Okay, we saw that. This is really probably the only other product worth looking at. Ugh. No. Okay, forget this. Okay, so I think that basically concludes. Oh, okay. So here's this just prompted me, right? And this is how it works. I'm looking at dash cams. I'm looking at GoPro stuff, right? So maybe I'm just gonna type in dash cam and then see what I get, right? Like, I'm not the expert on dash cams. Maybe there's something out there. Maybe you need to mount the dash cam. I think that reviews will probably be too high for this, but up. Actually, they're not bad, but the revenues do not justify going into this. Okay, let's see what else we got. Dash cam Pro. What is that? Is that a brand name? Meanwhile, while I look at this shaky search term, let me just find another one. Hardwire kit. Okay. Night vision, kind of cool. You want things that maybe, like, Wi-Fi is a little bit generic. You want things that appeal to a specific customer. I'll say that. Night vision, right? Hardware kit. It's my same reasoning behind why I looked at glow-in-the-dark 3D printer filament. Maybe there's an industry there. Like, but I don't know, so I need to look. But what do we like? Yeah, no, this is weird. Okay, dashcam hardwire kit. Didn't even know that existed, but Amazon gave me the recommendation, so I'm going to check it out. Search is looking super weird so far. Oh, I think Jungle Scout has some issues in the electronics category in general, perhaps. I do remember that being a thing. Okay, fine. Didn't like you anyway. Night vision. Oh, and then afterwards, you know what I'm going to do? That's true. I guess, like, there's a lot of driving at night, and, you know, if anything, that's when you need to be more vigilant and aware of what's going on. So, night vision goggles is the obvious one, but glasses for driving, maybe. I was gonna say night vision reading glasses, but then I was like, that totally doesn't make any sense. Okay, here's my thing with this, right? Unless you can find an accessory to these, or it comes in a really cool case, maybe you make a his and hers package. Like, that is a pretty good attempt at it, right? Or there's something different about. I think these are all too similar. Revenues drop off towards the bottom. I mean, as is the case normally, but yeah, I'm not super excited about that. Hold on a minute. Okay, so there's really two camps. There's ones that you wear just without anything, and then there's wraparound. I like the wraparound because anyone can really use them then, especially if they, I mean, I guess if they have glasses. Like that guy looks super cool. So does she. Looks just really cool. Just like in general, just looks really cool. Yeah, no, not really. Not really. You know what's not cool are those revenues. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Oh my god, put all your baby's teeth in their own unique box crevice. Holy. Holy man. Okay, I'm curious now. I'm sure there's some weirdo out there doing this. So we're just gonna see how much money those weirdos pay. Alright? You know what? That's actually not bad. Revenues are low, but reviews are low too. And the other thing is, like, something like this can be stylized a whole lot. So, like, while this might be making the most and have the most reviews, the style is very particular, so not everyone is going to like that. I wouldn't put them in a wooden hinged box, though. That seems super weird. And, like... But... man. What the heck is that? I don't know who keeps all the baby teeth. That's a 3. I don't know who does that. That's 2. Unless you have something like, you know, like Cliff Bar did energy bars here, I would not get into that. It's too commodity. Yeah, there seems to be... Here's kind of an idea that I had. What if there is like Tooth Fairy merchandise? Because Tooth Fairy pillow. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I thought of Tooth Fairy merchandise in particular because Tooth Fairy itself as a search... I'm going to look at that after a while. I'm going to venture that Tooth Fairy has a certain amount of inherent search volume, but nobody owns the character or anything. Like, it's not a... Tooth Fairy, tooth box. Yeah, same culprits. It's not a large market. It's not a large market. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I'm just melting over here. Ugh. That doesn't have a place for the tooth. You know what? I think this does not correspond to a core human need. Okay? Kids are important, but I think there's a reason the guardrails make more money. Guardrails, you know, fail or succeed, the kid falls and gets hurt. Their tooth is in a particular pocket on a pillow. You know, maybe they're a little bit happier for a few minutes, but it's not going to make a material difference reflected in the revenues, of course. Fairy house. Because I don't know which one to go to, I'm just going to look. Again, fairies, some built-in search traffic, kind of like gnomes. Maybe fairies is the new gnomes. Maybe it was like, you know, gnomes were popular for a while, like frozen yogurt, and now it's fairies. Double-digit reviews, straight down the board. Super weird, almost uniform and weird. However, yeah, so I don't. That's not super good, but I will look at terrarium and see what's good. You don't want to sell any livestock, like any plants or anything, but you could sell. This reminded me. So the reason I searched for terrarium after fairy thing is because I wanted to mainstream it a little bit. Like, not everyone cares about fairies. I do, but not everyone. So, like, maybe you want to mainstream it a little bit more and go terrariums, which is still niche. Like, not everyone likes terrariums either, but at least you don't need a relationship to fairies, really. That's not bad. That's not bad. The thing, like, double digit reviews, but thousands is like an okay ratio. Still give it a 3 because I don't know what I would do with it. You know, there needs to be some point of differentiation here. Obviously, this is very design based, and also the glass. You don't want to be shipping glass, so it should probably be, you know, something in an acrylic. Creativity for kids. I like that. Educational terrarium. How about? Oh, those look. Ugh. Oof. That is not a keyword. That's what it. That's what it looks like when it is not a keyword. I just made that up. Educational games. I don't know. You've probably seen. You probably know my pattern by now. But basically, I click on something, look at what's doing well, use it, do it as a general search. Within that search, look at what's doing well. Go deeper. You know what I mean? It's just branches on a tree, basically. I want to find the best of what's working in a disproportionate way. Low reviews, high revenue, and then go more into that and see if there's an opening. That's all. What do you stand for? I stand for profitable niches. That's what I stand for. Some swamp game. Yeah, again. Preschool graduation. Man. Mini graduation cap. Sakyat. Very niche case, but I'm gonna oh man, if I could keep you little. Creepy parents. Kids graduation cap and gown. I'll look at the adult versions in a bit. I'm not, if the revenues are too low on this, I just thought maybe the competition would be less, and so we could do it that way, but maybe I'll look at the adult version and then see. Oh, but this is actually really good. This is really good. Holy. And you could sell a new one for every year, so like 2017. Oh wait, no, not all of this is graduation. Is this Oh, nice. Okay, this is just adult. Nice. Look at these review counts. Look at those revenues. This is what we are looking for. Nice graduation stuff. Graduation. I'm gonna go for it, and now we are gonna see what beauty looks like in a niche. Look at this. Graduation stuff. I knew it. I didn't know it. That's the thing. Like, I had no idea that this was even this good, but you don't know until you try. I don't even remember how we got here. I've been talking to myself for an hour. Okay, yes, perfect. Okay, good. So I would do this niche, right? If it were me personally and I was setting up and selling, you don't need that many reviews. You need to do something a little bit unique, right? But it's not going to be overly complicated. The competition is just too low. There's very little private label activity. There's some, but like, this is not something that people have found yet, let alone like, you know, are going after. So do you remember how we did the sort of niche? We looked at the different prospects within a store. So now we're going to do that for this search term. So I took graduation cap and gown here on Jungle Scout. This is a good niche on its own. I would do this, but we're gonna look at the next page to see if we missed anything, and then we're gonna rank. Same thing, right? We're just gonna download this. We're gonna rank it all by revenue, and then we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's the best of the best, because this is already pretty darn good. But strategically, obviously, I would even look at this. Look at this. That's disgusting. 7,017. That's disgusting for this sash that costs clearly nothing, next to nothing to make, but you're selling it for, well, $10 I would do. Graduation mall, interesting. Someone has found this niche. Is this all oh no, this isn't all graduation mall stuff, so that's good at least. Yep. Good. This is very good. This is an excellent example of something that is specific enough yet has the revenues. It's specific, so people haven't gone after it yet, aggressively marketing stuff. But that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Couldn't get Jungle Scout to load there for some reason. Let's see what's doing really well for them. Yeah, so the classic cap, they're doing 11, but it's also padded, so they get up to 20K a month quickly with these sashes, and then they have a hood, and then they have right. So this is where we started actually. We went from kids. I remember now. We went from terrariums to kids education stuff, to kids graduation stuff, to adult graduation stuff. So even they have do they have multicolors? They should. Yeah, they do. Okay. So yeah, so they have a $16.95 kids graduation set, I guess, right? For 2017, and that's the hood is impressive. That's impressive. Yeah, so they're doing 13K and 42 reviews, but they have products that are, that are low, right? These are low review count products, but are doing well. So if you could, even take a portion of this with aggressive marketing and some product differentiation, maybe some optimization as well, because descriptions built out, but the bullets are not built. The product could go after different keywords. I can optimize it for if you want. Pretty darn good. So let's put that on the books. Graduation, we'll call it. Graduation cap and gown. Just a graduation cap. Graduation hood. And graduation sash, or whatever it's called. What was the keyword? Smooth diploma certificate. So these guys only do graduation products. It's amazing. It is amazing. That is so cool. Okay. A stole? Is that what it's called? It's called the stole. It's called the stole. I had no idea. Did you know that? Weird. I thought it was called a sash. It is actually a stole. Let's see what kind of revenues stoles have on their own. Absurdly high revenues compared to their extremely low review counts, which is consistent to yeah. I want to see how this is doing, because this is a good example of differentiation, at least. Class of 2017, people. Yeah, nice, very good, very good, nice. I'm getting excited. Yeah, so a $35 class of 2017 sash, 15K 85. I admit, even for this niche, this is on the high end. However, the targeting for this is just divine. Anyone graduating from a school this year, but there are all sorts of mini graduations happening throughout the year, not just universities, but also from high schools, from various programs. it's just like pretty good, right? So I'm not saying this is super seasonal. This will you'll get busy seasons, but it's not going to be like, well, I make all my graduation sales in 1 week, and then the rest I don't. There are graduation ceremonies for a bunch of stuff, which reminds me actually. Okay, so obviously, so I'll give these twos. I would start with a graduation cap and gown. Oh yeah. So okay, so kindergarten graduation, excellent, as well. So you could either start there or start there, right? This is a solid portfolio. As is this. As is the toolkit. Actually, I feel pretty good about the toolkit, but this, hands down, has the best numbers and the best sourcing ability. Like if you look at this again. Like I have these filters built into my mind as I'm looking at this, so it's sort of implicit for me. But no bigger than a shoebox. Fold up that stuff and you're done. Same with this. Profitable to sell. Clothing actually has some of the highest margins of anything. Sunglasses have the absolute highest margins, so I was sort of interested in the wraparounds. But so that's good. Brandable, customizable. Yes, I was looking for that because with the stole, with this like kind of ridiculous, ugly sweater style stole, I wanted to see if you could differentiate, right? I wanted to see if you could do something different than all these generic shiny stoles, and you can do well. So let's see what else these guys are up to actually. So it is FBA, and they are new or relatively like not super busy. Yeah, so they have the same aesthetic, same design. They're building a brand, and they have other sashes very similar. They're capitalizing on the fraternity thing, which I love. I actually recommended fraternity stuff in my other video, my 100 products video. So that's. Oh come on, Is this really the graduation thing? Is really their bestseller? I guess. Are you still loading or what? Okay. Yeah, that does the best for them. Oh, and then they have like a blank version that does not sell as well. Is this literally the same picture? I think that's literally the same picture, just photoshopped the scarf. Yeah, so actually these guys, we found their bestseller basically via the graduation niche. But still, I mean, it's pretty good. So, this has got me thinking about ceremony and rites of passage. I do wonder if we can strike gold in a different place. This will obviously, so I have some experience with this, but depending where you are, what your cultural background is, there's maybe some sort of equivalent holiday that you would know better than I would. So, this kind of sucks actually. Yeah, sure, there's Christmas, sure, there's Easter, sure, there's birthdays, right? But maybe graduation is so good because it's actually secular as well. Is there anything else like graduation? Not quite like that, but somewhat. That's the other thing. I just, go for broke. When I found the graduation niche and it's working, I look for analogous things. Like, don't stop pushing it just because you found something good. Maybe there's something even more awesomer. Which maybe there is not. However, we tried. Oh, baptism. Aha, that's funny. You're funny. Baptism. Oh, you do not want to give that to the baptism. Parents will not be happy with you. Baptism. Maybe this is too broad. Gifts seem to be popular. I like gifts. That's true. It's like, what do I bring to a baptism? Like, they're too young to enjoy video games, so what do I do? That's kind of good. Baptism. And again, I'm just looking impartially at numbers, but you want to pick a niche that you actually like. Like, are you a parent? Can you see, kids as an important market to serve? Like, or do you like baptisms and that's a joyous occasion, so you want to do that? Graduation. This is nice. This is very good. See, so that sort of lateral thinking, a graduation is a rite of passage, a particular event, and people are not private labeling the heck out of it as they are in other niches, so I'm going to do that. Baptism, actually same thing. Double-digit reviews for the most part, triple-digit revenues. Very good. Baptism gift. I'll give that a 1 as well. Gladly give that a 1 because, I mean, look at it. Like, hold on. Let's compare these, actually. That'd be fun to do. Graduation. Oh, gifts we hadn't looked at, actually. I wonder. Because baptism gifts looked... I was just focused on the clothes, honestly. Graduation gifts. Graduation gifts. Graduation gifts. Quite actually really good. So if you wanted to start there and then branch out, like if you wanted to start there and then go, like that other company that we were looking at, I think they were just doing clothes, at least for the time being. So they haven't got into graduation gifts yet. So if you feel like you don't want to step on their toes, which I don't know why you would, but if you do, you could start with gifts and then go to clothing. But I think the cap and gown would be some solid revenues that you could roll back into a business. So baptism, let's continue looking at this. Oh, no, yes, we're going to compare these. So here's graduation gifts, and here's baptism gifts. Holy, wow, what the heck? What the actual heck? This is a graduation bangle. I don't know why this is doing so well. I don't understand. It's not even that expensive, so they must be selling a lot of units. Okay, so this is graduation gift, and this is baptism gift. I think what I notice most is 5-figure sort of standout, like breakaway gifts in graduation, and less of that in baptism. Probably because there are more graduations than baptisms, but really consistent. This is very, very consistent. Looks like you can just tell the graph looks a little bit cleaner for baptism rather than graduation gifts. But let's look at graduation cap and gown, where we sort of hit our stride earlier. It's loading up. Okay, so look at this and look at this, right? First thing to check is the review column, right? Look back and forth, look back and forth. Which reviews are lower? Graduation, definitely. We see single digits, but 4-figure returns on those digits. Here we see basically 2 digits prerequisite, maybe 3, for consistent placement, like 4 digits across. But here is great because you can have, in a world where you can have like 32 but 20, right? That's sort of the magic. That's the hack that we were looking for and continue to look for this whole time. So I think I'm going to end this here, as we've sort of had one major win. And obviously, we were nowhere near done with this list. So my recommendation would be to export, find a big Amazon seller, export their Jungle Scout results, rank them by revenue, and then just look at what they're selling. This will give you some ideas to riff off of. But then don't stop there. Once you're in Amazon, start clicking around based on these criteria, sure, but also just what interests you, honestly. Like we started with fairy stuff and I thought that was cool, so I clicked on it. There was nothing really there. But then I thought, well, what corresponds to a deeper human need is, education of your kids, right? And I wasn't wrong about that. It's just that kids' education as a niche wasn't very good. It was too varied and they had a bunch of cue cards and stuff, so I wasn't really into it. But then, maybe there was a kid's graduation uniform, so we got there, and then we got to adult graduation uniform, which ends up being, maybe not surprisingly, has heavier revenues than that. However, we didn't stop there. Once we got there, if you look at the reviews versus the revenues, and you look at, there are people who are differentiating as well. There's a few different product categories that you could go into. This is a good niche. It just is. And it also means that at launch time, you won't have to work particularly hard. You can launch something up, but then start making money right away and just do that. Like I would do this. So that is a big win for this session here. And so I'll leave it at that. We have this, which is probably the best. I didn't even explore baptism and sort of look into it, so you could definitely do that as well. It might be analogous to graduation and be just as good. 3D printing, actually pretty good as well. I'm psyched about a 3D printer kit. This more just comes down to preference, like if you'd rather work in 3D printing and like a tech side versus a human sort of clothing, family type side there. And then we have some baby stuff, which, now that I look at it in comparison to graduation, I'm not as excited about it. But, oh yes, the reason I was excited is because we had the teething guard, which was really popular. I think it was making like $7,000 a month, but it was not very well received. Had a fair amount of bad reviews about how the guard didn't stick. Do you remember that? So, yeah. Anyway, current time, it has been an hour and a half. So for the length of a movie, we have found what is, potentially $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month. So thanks for watching this far, and I hope you take action on this. And by the way, this isn't about graduation at all. Like, I just showed you a process of how to get here.